Let's talk about Dr. Pillai, mi guru, my teacher. It's because of my teacher, Dr. Pillai, Siddha master, researcher, mystic, and so much more. It's because of Dr. Pillai that my life finally, thank God, finally has come to a place of great rest and peace and tranquility and harmony and prosperity and well-being. Dr. Pillai, Siddha master, guru, researcher, mystic. I am in deep gratitude to my teacher. A Siddha master. He's from the Tamil Siddha tradition from the southern part of India. And in his lineage, from my understanding, it's a very pure lineage, a very powerful lineage with the ability of these Siddha masters in his lineage to work miracles. And Dr. Pillai is one of his areas of specialization, which has totally improved my life, helped me correct a lot of things in my life. His ability to minimize, erase, diminish the suffering of humankind. And one of his areas of specialization is also clearing up negative karma. Because it's when we clear up the negative karma that the blessings can come in and flow. That's when we can move into our highest expression of the divine. That's when we can step into our Dharma. I most likely had a past life with Dr. Pillai. And I am so deeply grateful that in this lifetime, 2017, I was able to find him. I didn't even know I was looking for him. How many of you have been in that situation where everything you've tried to move forward, to progress, to prosper, it's like something is in the way? You've tried everything. You've tried everything they talk about in the books and in workshops. You've tried everything you know to do with your business and your financial affairs, and yet there's something still blocking. Well, that was me. I was a mess. I learned about how to clear negative karma from Dr. Pillai. I learned the depth of how to clear and honor and heal the ancestors. I had a degree of knowledge about the ancestors, and there were some things that I have been initiated into to help ancestors. But it wasn't until I met mi guru in this lifetime that things just started turning around and clearing up. Now, it didn't happen overnight, and that's where a lot of people fail because they try things, they try this for a little bit of time. And that's the thing. If you're saying, I tried it, well, that's the problem because you just tried it. You didn't carry it through all the way through consistently until that which you tried has the effect and the result that you wanted. So from Dr. Pillai, I was able to clear a lot of negative karma. I understood why things were happening to me. I understand the significance of the planets, the planetary beings of light who are actually living beings and how they affect our lives. I learned more about simple ways to honor the ancestors. And then also, as that was clearing up, all those things were clearing up, I was able to access more and more of the blessings because you see, it's that negative karma that gets in the way of the blessings. And according to my teacher, every thought you think is karma. So is it negative karma or positive karma? Every thought you think, every word you speak, every action you take, is it negative karma or is it positive karma? What are you creating? And if there seems to be something always getting in the way, I mean, there was a time when the karma came so hard, because we all have karma. We all have negative karma and positive karma. And so we want to increase the positive karma and decrease the negative karma. Karma being the law of cause and effect. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So let me say, I am so deeply grateful to Dr. Pillai. 2017 is when I came across probably most likely a YouTube, because he has hundreds and hundreds of free YouTubes with teachings and practices and meditations, impartations, just very generous, hundreds. And one of them popped up. And it had to do with wealth. It had to do with Lakshmi, the goddess Lakshmi. And as I was focusing on that wealth, because my money was all messed up. My money was messed up. Everything I tried to do, it was just crumbling, right? Making things worse, actually. Every good intention was crumbling. And there were some things that were happening that were just so unusual, not just with money, but with other things going on in my life. And when I began to listen to the teachings and these mantras for Lakshmi, Om Shreem Brzee Lakshmiye Namaha, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee. As I began to use that mantra, as I began to study, as I began to apply, as I began to incorporate rituals and ceremonies, offerings to the divine in this tradition brought through Dr. Pillai, things started changing. They didn't change overnight. In fact, there were some times I was wondering, like, what the heck is this? It seemed to be getting worse. But when you have mess in your life, and it may be mess from this lifetime, and it may be mess from a past lifetime, and quite frankly, it's most likely a mess because of the ancestors. And that's the other thing. Our ancestors have a huge influence on our lives. And so whatever was unresolved in our ancestral lineage, those of us who are on this path, this initiate's path, this path of the evolution of our souls, when we're on this path, and most likely the only one, most often the only one on the path in the family, the one that's the most sensitive, that's the most empathic, the one that's the most intuitive, the one that's the most spiritual. When we are that one, a lot of the karma can fall upon us. And we're wondering what the heck happened. And it's because the ancestors are trying to get our attention, right? Because they know that we can, we can see, hear, feel, touch, and we're going to inquire why this is happening, not only to myself and to our families, to our family. The ancestors. So often that negative karma can come from the ancestors. Things that they weren't able to resolve in their lifetime. They weren't aware of it. They weren't able to resolve, such as debt. So I'm deeply, 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 deeply grateful to Dr. Pillai. And I am committed to continue to share his teachings and his practices in my unique way of understanding, I don't get it perfect, but my heart is right. And what's so beautiful about Dr. Pillai, his heart is so pure, and he's carrying such a pure light that he doesn't have to be around you. He doesn't have to be around me to touch my heart and work in my life. Now, I have been in his presence twice in San Diego. Wow. I mean, 2 different summers over 3 days. Just the impartation, the energy, him sitting there in the room and coming in, and the whole place gets very, very still. And as he begins to speak to the group and shares the teachings, and he allows that anointing, I call it, to flow. And when he says, close your eyes, because we're getting ready to go into a meditation, he'll say, close your eyes. For me, that experience of close your eyes, it's like I was gone until he said, open your eyes, come back to your body again. Not many people on this planet Earth have that kind of vak, that impartation, that initiation, that anointing to shut a person's mind down that quick. Boom! Stop breathing. That happened to me. And when you come back to the body, it's like, can't even come back the way you were before, because there's such a transformation that happens, such a journey. And when the mind is quiet and still, it can't create any more negative karma. Anyway, that's my Baba, Dr. Pillai. So blessed by him. And whether he's in my physical presence or not, he's still working in my life. And I know it's true because my life has gotten better by the things that I've applied. I am living a beautiful, richly joyous, fully abundant and fulfilled life here in Oaxaca, Mexico. And it's because of my teacher, Dr. Pillai, that I have been able to create what I'm creating and help so many other people to create their dharma, help them to release their karma and step into their dharma. And I'm so grateful to Dr. Pillai. In the description, I will be posting his site, PillaiCenter.com. There's a lot of free things on that site that'll pop. If you just took one of those meditations that he gives us, just one, and you did that for a whole year, just that one, your life will change for the better. Just one. Be consistent. So I'm going to leave a description for how to learn more about Dr. Pillai, how to access some of the free resources, and then there's also very rich programs that you could pay for. I mean, that's where the deep, deep teachings are, the ones you pay for. And again, even if you just took one of those meditations, those free meditations that are on his site or even on YouTube, if you just applied one of them, one of those mantras, one of those meditations, one of those practices, I guarantee, without a doubt, your life will change. And that's because of Dr. Pillai, the anointing that comes through to help those mantras that help change the frequencies, the mindsets, clear that daggone negative karma so that we can step into our dharma. Blessings to you. It's a little long one, but there's so much to say about Dr. Pillai. Let's talk about Dr. Pillai. Blessings to you. Please comment, please share, please subscribe, and we invite you to support this channel so that we can share in a bigger way with more people around the world. Blessings to you, sweeties.